Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who came to us in the persons of Master Farq Muhammad. And I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is indeed thine exalted Christ. And I furthermore indeed bear witness that the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is indeed our leader, teacher, and God. I want to greet you all in the nation, greet the words of peace and paradise of Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of Brother Albert Muhammad and the Let Us Make Man family, as always, family, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you for your continuous support. We thank you for taking your time to read our posts, click and watch our videos. Rather you agree or disagree, we just want you to know that we sincerely thank you for all your support and all your comments. This is part 2 of exposing MONTELL WILLIAMS and why. Recently, we did a video just as of yesterday, which would have been part 1 to the MONTELL WILLIAMS crucifixion of the 4 black young adults, teens, in the city of Chicago who were charged with, quote-unquote, violating, kidnapping, and all sorts of ridiculous charges against a white male that they proclaim to be handicapped, etc. So, upon hearing MONTELL WILLIAMS' response live on Facebook that these young people should receive life in prison without parole, right? Without even knowing the logistics of what really transpired that day in that apartment, that house, right? Not even giving the city of Chicago or the state of Illinois the due process to build their case. So the subject today is exposing MONTELL WILLIAMS, those that like him, and why. I want to thank everybody that's responding to the post, they're leaving their comments, their sentiments, their emotions, their feelings. I thank you so much for responding to the post, because that tells us that our people are no longer foolish or naive as we may have been 40 to 50 years ago. That also tells us that our people have a genuine concern. Not all of our people want to see these children do life or these young adults do life, right? However, an individual like MONTELL WILLIAMS, with the kind of exposure he has and the status he has, right, can cause major problems for these young people. Just by him continuously going out there and calling on the judicial system to give these children life because they saw a video that was disturbing to them. The media, Fox News, which is a Jewish organization, a Jewish corporation, right? Immediately ran with this story without, again, getting the logistics. So as we made our word bond on the Let Us Make Man family program, that we would do all that we can to keep our people as informed with the most accurate information that we can provide them with. So we don't move on emotions. We study, we listen, we learn, and we wait patiently, right? The reason why we decided to respond to the MONTELL WILLIAMS crucifixion is because he's not the only one, family, right? There's countless black men and women that don't have no love for black people. And even in our shortcomings, even in our errors, these are the first ones to holler for the most worst punishment that they could come up with. How interesting it was that President Obama, just listen to me, took the initiative to express his opinion of how, after watching the video, that it was such a disturbing video, right? You got to understand where we going or where I'm going with this. See, they give the Black Lives Matter movement hell. And the reason why they give the Black Lives Matter movement hell, because it's a movement that is calling for black people to unite under one umbrella, right? We can't let these children be crucified for an error or mistake, right? The victim wasn't never kidnapped. The victim knew all of the individuals that he was with. As a matter of fact, as the information continuously come out, it has been shared with us that the mother of the victim dropped the victim off to the house of one of the accused that he's been hanging out with for over a week or so. One of the accused that he knows personally. So this is not somebody that was kidnapped, right? This is not somebody that was held hostage. This is somebody that was participating in extracurricular activities. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And for some apparent reason, the incident went to the left. And if you watch the video, you're looking at the mindset of babies, right? They howling disrespectful words towards Donald Trump, but ask yourself a question. Did they create that atmosphere, or are they participating in an atmosphere that was created from a bigger source, right? So every time you get a Montel Williams, or anyone, Ray Lewis, all these fellas, right? See, they do it because they want the prestige, honor, and they want the platform again. See, Montel Williams has been a dinosaur for years, right? He never spoke out against the atrocity that was committed against these two African-American males that was led into the house of 4 Caucasians, 2 females, 2 males that did not survive. Not only was they suffocated and crucified and killed, they had sex with the corpse. Well, why ain't Montel Williams talking about that? I'm telling you something, family. See? It's easy for us to say, oh, he's a coon. See, because coon is the new thing now. That many of us like to use terms like that. Oh, that's Montel. He's going to do what we allow him to do. See? And when we get away from the foolish talk, right? And start holding these people accountable, right? Hurting them the best way that we can in their pockets. See? Pulling back every support avenue or agency that they have. Every sponsor, every backer. See, there's one thing about corporate America and white America in the business industry and corporate America, they love money. See? And when you cut into their cash flow, They're gonna make some changes. See? But as long as we keep accepting the theology that he's a coon, or this one is a coon, that one is a coon, then what they're doing seems fairly okay. Especially in the eyes of our open enemies. Right? So it is on us to say enough is enough. See? The challenge that I threw out there to Montel Williams, I know they're not going to respond to that. See? The scripture says, he without letters, how is he without letters learned? See, when they think you are useless, they don't pay you no mind. If you don't have a bachelor's, a social, or BA degree, or BS degree, right? If you don't have some sort of degrees, they think that you are useless. But what they truly continuously underestimate about members of the Nation of Islam or followers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we were given supreme wisdom. This ain't ordinary wisdom. This ain't ordinary knowledge. We were taught thoroughly how to handle our people and hold our people accountable. See? So as Montel Williams is trying to box his way back in to the national stage, we assist him in doing so by playing into this theory or this hype of calling him a coon or whatever the case may be. We want to go bigger than that. All his sponsors, we need to cause hell, right? Not only with Montel Williams, all of them. See? You want to crucify these 4 African-American children, because that's what they are. Young adults who took a situation too far, right? He's hollering life. And he has not stopped. As of last Saturday, or this past Saturday, he went live again, emphasizing, pressing that his statement is taken seriously. Right? But never said anything about the atrocities that's constantly happening to black men, women, and children all over America. And it's not like they don't know. We didn't hear from Obama during the death of Sandra Bland. I didn't hear from Obama. We didn't hear from Obama during the death of Eric Garner. I didn't hear from Obama. Right? We heard from him on other issues and situations. But all of his own appeal, his appeal was allow the judicial system to take its course. See, that's the setup, man. That's the setup. We sit back and allow the judicial system to take its course, and body after body drops. So now, all of a sudden, the table is being turned. And what you see in that video is nothing compared to the 450 years or better, the suffering that black people has been through and continuously go through or going through here in the wilderness of North America. Right? Our goal is to expose Montel Williams and all of those that think like him. The reasons being, family, the answer to the why is, if we don't stop them, they allow our enemies to come at us any way they can or how and justify it, because they look at us like savages as they trying to portray these 4 young people. Savages, right? But at the end of the day, the 4 Caucasians, you don't hear nothing about that case. It's not getting national media attention. They kidnapped 2 African-American males, killed them, sodomized them, and had sex with the corpse. Right? But we don't hear nothing about that. That's not relevant. That's not important. Why? Because Black lives doesn't matter. So when we hold up the banner of Black Lives Matter or justice or else, now we're the paranoid ones. To my conscious brothers and sisters, I know we're going through something in the conscious atmosphere. But I thank you so much for standing up and expressing your views and your opinions. We have to come together. I can take the bow tie off and be just your brother without a bow tie, right? Because what's in me is always going to be in me. That is the love for Black people that was taught to me by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So it doesn't mean that I have to wear a bow tie to come to you. You don't have to be Christian or Buddhist or whatever. We have to unite. We have to come together and deal with these Negroes that's amongst us, or we'll never receive the justice that is due to us. Because we're constantly fighting one another upon who's the most righteous, right? And this is why people like Montel Williams can come at us any way he want and have no remorse or no sympathy and have no fear of repercussions. They don't feel that we can hold them accountable at all for any reason, right? Because many of us, when we see them, we smile and we shake their hands and say, oh, they all right. You just try to sentence these 4 children or young adults to life because you were told that they kidnapped, held this young man hostage. He was handicapped, and he's not handicapped. According to the information provided to us, he's a slow learner, a disability in learning, not handicapped. Handicapped was the young African-American male that was kidnapped, had a wire ran up his rectum, right? Sodomized, assaulted, and the cracker that did it, he's walking free. That's kidnapping. That's sodomy. But Montel Williams ain't talking about that. Bill O'Reilly ain't talking about that. Fox News ain't talking about that. They don't give a damn about Black people. The only one on the scene today that love Black people and has been fighting for Black people for over 60 years and never turns his back on Black people, Louis Farrakhan. Take it or leave it alone. You don't have to like the man. He stands up for Black people. Speaks up for Black people. He's not afraid. He don't buck dance. He don't compromise. He don't make side deals. He says what he has to say. Right? For you and I to have peace in a society that never meant for us to live in peace. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us or taught us separation is the best option. History has proven over the years white people and Black people cannot live together in peace. So separation is the best option. Before integration, we were separated and we were successful. Thrivers, builders, educators. We covered all that in our little townships, our little communities. We didn't have Arabs and this one and that one in the community selling us everything under the sun. We took care of each other. Right? We took care of each other. So I want you to understand this, family. As long as we allow a Montel Williams or Ray Lewis to continue to verbally attack our people by trying to justify using their prominence or their status of who they are or what they've accomplished, right? The cracker never loved Montel Williams. When he was in the Navy, they treated him like the Negro or the nigger that he is. It wasn't until his mother told him to forgive them crackers, and he turned around and married one and produced children with one. Then all of a sudden he did a 360. Now he loves white people to death and failed to realize the black people that he turned to for assistance and aid when them crackers was riding him like a donkey in the U.S. Navy. See? We're going to expose the truth and the facts. Right? So to the family that listens and read our posts, since you want to know or you was concerned about why we're doing what we're doing, because someone has to step up to the plate. Someone has to call them out there. We can't continue to allow them to think treating us and talking about us any way is acceptable because they're black. The first black to do this, the first black to do that. We have to hold them accountable, family. So this is why Brother Albert Muhammad, your little brother, on the Let Us Make Man program, addresses these types of issues. Because I refuse to sit there and say nothing. I don't have to have $1 million. I got supreme wisdom and God who came to us in the persons of Master Fard Muhammad. And the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, as taught to us today by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. As long as I'm right by them, I know I got the backing of the God. So I don't fear none of them. I'm just your little brother. I don't position myself as to be anything other than just your little brother, striving to be right by my leader, our leader, teacher, and guide, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and the Nation of Islam, which truly consists of, excuse me, family, there's 17 million African Americans or more here in the wilderness of North America. For those who may not know that you are Muslims, you are. Because it's simple. Total submission to do the will of God. Right? So at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop with Montel Williams until I get my point across and make have some sort of effect on his brain cell. He's not untouchable. He's not that intelligent. More conniving, more slick, but intelligence, I don't think so. Because you can't be intelligent to jump out the window like that. Based on emotions because of the video that you saw. Right? I posted a picture of the mother of Emmett Till, Mamie Till, right? And her son when he was a baby. And I asked you just to hold your child and just imagine what that sister went through. Imagine what Trayvon Martin mother went through. Imagine what Tamir Rice mother went through. Imagine what Mike Brown mother went through. We ain't hear a damn thing from Montel Williams. Right? We ain't hear nothing for them. As a matter of fact, some of them Negroes came out as if to say what happened to Trayvon Martin was Trayvon Martin's fault. Or what happened to Tamir Rice was Tamir Rice's fault. Right? Neither one of them had an opportunity to defend themselves. They were stalked like prey and murdered. But we didn't hear from Montel Williams. I can go on and on and on. The list is continuously growing. Continuously growing. Right? But these Negroes won't stand out and defend us because they will lose the backing and support of that Jew. So when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said to us that Hitler was wickedly great, he was wickedly great. You could take it or let it alone. But behind Hitler was the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. See, the problem is these white people are so conniving and so slick. They led you to believe that all this that Hitler done was done by Hitler and they didn't have no part in it. It so happened to happen to the poorest Jews that was in Germany. The same thing that's happening to the poorest black man and woman in America. The only difference is we're not in concentration camps. We in our cars. We walking and we're getting gunned down. We getting slaughtered. The same way those Jews was going through. The same thing they was did. But they was set up by their own damn people. Do the research. This is why Montel Williams and people like him won't say a damn thing when it comes to black atrocities. They love the attention. They love the friendship. They love the slave master's children. So with that being said, I pray Allah that you understand what I'm saying in this video. And I pray Allah that we stand together, not just for these 4 children. Justice is going to be what it's going to be at the end of the day. Accountability should be held at some point, right? But not just against them, but against all of those, especially the ones that's committing these atrocities against our people and walking. These children are locked up, if I'm not mistaken, but this Caucasian, this cracker, is walking around after sodomizing a true handicapped African American. Right? So, with that being said, know for a surety, we have to stay on people like Montel Williams. He's insufficient. He's a dinosaur trying to get back in the spotlight like they all do. Wendy Williams, all of these people are guilty. But we accept them for 60 seconds of fame, to sit on their shows, to go on their shows. We accept them for 60 seconds of fame. Selling your children, your grandchildren, your future generations down the drain. With that being said, family, I want to thank you so much for allowing me to take up a few minutes of your time to once again address this issue. And I'm going to keep on coming at this issue until Montel Williams shut up or I shut up. Because I'm not going to lay down as he keep calling for a life sentence for these 4 babies. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep posting. I'm going to keep writing until the sword of justice lay where it's going to lay in this case. But we can't sit here and let these children be taken away from life for a common mistake. Something that they thought was fun and hilarious. Something that the victim might have participated in till it got out of control when it was put on videotape or aired out on Facebook Live, however it was aired out. We can't keep accepting these Negroes and accepting the fact that, oh, they're coons. This is cooning, right? We know that, but we got to stop it. See? When the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, last point, family, was being interviewed by the Iranian reporter over in Iran via satellite, he asked the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan what did he think of Fidel Castro. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told him what he thought of Fidel Castro. What a beautiful brother that he was, and all the great things that he did for his people in Cuba, even for the ones that don't even appreciate it. But they got a country and land that they can call their own, that they can go back to. Because Fidel Castro made sure that they would be secured away and protected from these Western and European enemies. That all they know how to do is go in and destroy countries. See? The thing about Fidel Castro is you couldn't come up against the government and live long or stay in Cuba. Right? Harriet Tubman, the minute she thought that you was a house nigga, she dealt with you. See, I know Almighty God Allah is going to deal with these Negroes in due time. In due time. But we got to keep pushing and keep fighting. So again, I want to thank all of those who responded to the post, commenting on the post, This video will be available on all of those pages that the post is on. And we pray, Allah, that you take a few minutes to hear your little brother, because I'm serious. This is 2017. This is the beginning of the new year. And already we're being attacked by our own people. Just because 4 children or young adults made some idiotic decisions, some real idiotic decisions that shouldn't be punishable with no life sentence. Right? And if that was to happen, you think Montell Williams, who married a white woman and produced biracial children, and say to hell with the children of the original family. But that's all right. God is on the scene, who came to us in the persons of Master Father Muhammad and raised from us, for us, amongst us, from us, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we thank the both of them for leaving for us a divine reminder, leader, teacher, and guide in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Dr. J.J. Nichols is writing, and let me read this real briefly. There's no justice for black people. White crimes are protected, especially if it's the same crime. No jail time. Black 2-year-old girl raped by a white boy, filmed by his friend. No time. Community service. 14-year-old black boy, disabled white man, took a hanger, pushed it up his rectum. He got community service. No jail time. Thank you, Dorothy J. Nichols, for that information. You understand what I'm saying, family? A 2-year-old girl raped by a white boy while his friend filmed it. No jail time. Caught on film. Where you at, Montell? Don't act like you don't know, Negro. Don't act like you don't know these things are happening to our people. But the saddest part is, why are we waiting for somebody like the police or the judicial system to solve this problem? Right? Why are we waiting for them to solve this problem? If you got children, you can't even fathom somebody molesting your child, a 2-year-old, by a white boy. See? You can't even fathom that. Right? There's no way on this planet that I can live if someone kidnapped or did something to any one of my children. Any one of them. I'd be less than if I didn't retaliate with hate. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. But damn it, you're not going to take no 2-year-old child and rape her and walk the damn streets. Then you Negroes come at us and you want to call for life against our people. Huh? Now, I'm not emotional, family. This is just passion. I'm thoroughly groomed by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I've been learned how to rise above emotions into the thinking of God. So I'm not emotional at all. But again, I thank the sister that just sent me that information, Dorothy J. Nichols. I heard about the 14-year-old black disabled brother. And I just heard about the 2-year-old girl before we started this video. 2 years old, raped, while the friend filmed it. No jail time. And we still waiting for white people to give us justice. Let me tell you something. When black people was accused of committing crimes, whether they commit the crime or not, listen to me good. During the 60s and the 50s and the 60s in the South, and they were taken to jail in the South, the Klan got together, because this is how wicked this system is, rallied up their people, went and pulled the accused out of the jail cell, And not only did they hang them, but they brutalized them, beat them, castrated them, did everything they could do under the sun while the police watched. Allowed them to take them out of the jail. See, they retaliate against us because they have a system that backs them. We need a system that will back us. That if we should have to retaliate for justice, then we have the backing that we need to protect each other or one another. As I introduced to you, the Let Us Make Man Defense Legal Defense Funding Program. It's on our page. You're welcome to go look it up. The Let Us Make Man Legal Defense Funding Program. This is a program that has been set up by your little brother, Albert Muhammad, to provide legal defense lawyers and attorneys for any of our people who retaliate against racial hatred or racial violence or discrimination, which turns into racial violence. And if they respond with hate and cause damage, and if they should be locked up for whatever reason, then we should go get our people like they do theirs. So go and look it up on our pages. This is how serious your little brother is. I'm not doing this just to be sitting here talking to you. We got to make a difference. We got to make a difference. Or we can sit here and talk till we blue in the face. And another 40 years will go by. And another good talker will come up. And then you will hear the same talk. Quite naturally, I'll probably be dead and gone. But our children will be stuck with the same type of talk. Again, family, thank you so much for taking your time and hearing your little brother out. But I'm telling you, at some point, we have to figure out a way to hold these Negroes accountable for how they deal with our people and how they come at our people. Montel Williams shouldn't sell sugar in America without us interrupting it. Montel Williams shouldn't even buy water in America without us interfering. Ray Lewis shouldn't even buy water in America without interfering. And the pastor in Cleveland, Ohio, this brother name cannot come to me right now, but he's on my page, should not sell water without us interfering. We made it possible for them. Our forefathers made it possible for them Negroes to be in the position that they in, only to turn on us like turncoats that they are. I'm not going to call you a coon because that's solidifying who you are, and that's giving you the attention that you want because you can gloat in that and you can glorify yourself in that. We want to make it possible or impossible for you to realize or make your living as you've been doing off of the blood, sweat, and tears and the sorrow of black people in America. So for all of those who have took the time to listen to me, I'm going to end this, family, and thank you so much. I sincerely thank you so much for taking the time out to hear your little brother. And I pray Almighty God Allah that I have said something of good. And what I said didn't offend anyone. But I didn't get on this to be nobody's friend. We're taught to speak the truth regardless to the circumstances. There's going to be many of our people who may not like nothing I said, may not agree with anything I said. But Jesus went through the same thing. The disciples went through the same thing. So the students of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as taught today by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, is not beyond going through the same thing. We accept that. But we're obligated. We're saviors for our people. We're obligated to go out and put our lives on the line if we have to. Stand on the front lines for the betterment of black people. Thank you for listening. I leave you as I came before you. In the nation, greet the words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum. Hotep. Peace.